How did I leave? Can we leave? We can, okay. Fuck! I can't believe one of you guys killed him. Killed her, and both, I don't know what's with him. I mean her. Ibuki. No! Fuck. Alright, I think we're going to the theater if I remember correctly. Right? For sure. If I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know how much more investigating we have. Or even what's it at? Oh, there it is. Its own place. Hey, buddy.
Hello there.
I don't know why I called you buddy. I kinda hate you. Why, hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case in which the killer used that movie as her thing. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched the movie yet.
I see.
Then you really should watch the movie first.
Hey!
Hey, manager! A customer's here.
Did you call me? What?
Huh? Hajime's a customer? You have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it. But I knew you want to see it all along. And that's what Tsundere Hajime is like. And then, you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted to being a tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million. Huh? You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen up!
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it. But my resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. See, it's this one. I'm sorry, I was born stupid.
That's...
You bought this for $1.5 million? But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here!
Okay, here you go. Alright, it says still on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. And by the way, I can only give away one ticket per person. You only have one chance to watch it for free. Already stamped today's date on the ticket, so I won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it
Look
once.
forward to it, okay?
And then I'll go to the further projection room. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey.
Hajime. About that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep it safe. Why? No reason, just think of it as a protective charm. Oh? I guess someone's gonna pull out their movie ticket or something? Like, I watched the movie, yeah, I watched it. That'd be kind of dumb, but hey, who knows? Guess I should just wait until Monokuma finishes preparations.
Impossible.
Andre, I can't believe you bought that thing. And you paid $1.5 million for it too. But even you said you should have just settled with money to get out of seeing that movie. You're right, but that means I would have had to buy that thing, you know? Just leave me alone. Okay, you gotta... Yeah. The bag. This one looks like a toy. Yeah. Tote bag is gone. That means...
What's this?
Whoa there. Weren't you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's just too bad. It's already sold out. Who'd you sell it to?
You're so stupid.
There's no way I fall for that. There's no way. It's just something that would really kill her. So, the killer bought it?
Shocking.
I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. For some reason, why do you say that? Pisses me off.
well now.
Now then, I shall forget that I care to make a slip of the tongue.
Now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
This is exciting! Exciting! And to watch the movie I go. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monomi 2.5D will be screening shortly. From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this. 2.5D. That sounds so
Now
nice.
then, please relax and enjoy the film.
Alright. Relaxing. Alright.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
Okay. Sure.
One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise.
Oh.
To Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died. He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows. He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami. And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury. And he lived happily ever after. The end.
Phew.
Man, movies are the best. That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues, 1 for each head.
So...
Alright, let's calm down now. Now then, let's meet again at the Glut Trail. Goodbye, goodbye, bye! I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe the situation. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. Totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie? But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah. Just like you said, the characters who were killed in the movie matched the victims in this case. Movie death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. Not just that, but Yoga's suspended body matches the lion's death too.
But...
Would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that was impossible. Perhaps the killer's upset about that right now. Or the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder. They should be upset about it, but I'm not sure if that's even true. It would be weird to go about killing 2 people regardless, right? I don't know if we're gonna get some weird twist-like killer thing, but I don't think so, man. Anyway, where am I even going from this point? Possible maybe? Guys, Zabuki was here? I don't know. It's up to you guys. You guys find anything?
Well?
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only been a few days. Hey, you prepared the surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. I didn't like I'm suspicious or anything. Calm down, dude, please. Didn't you get this from that shady looking alley where all those machines are lined up? Yeah, I just tweaked it a little bit. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man...
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. That video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey,
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I just swapped the cameras. That's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it. However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I had done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right. You did work on that. Okay. I guess we're investigating this. Surveillance camera unit on the top of the reception desk. As long as the missing venue surveillance camera is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
Hey Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
that's right.
Oh, I also wanted you to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. Yes, and I am pissed. I showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now. But the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using a candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a handbag on their head appeared. Didn't know who it was because her face was covered, but now I know that it must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder and without any hesitation, she climbed the stepladder on her own free will, and then she grabbed that rope and... That's all I saw. Candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden. And it wasn't displaying anything anymore. That is weird, so I don't know
Man.
between that, right? Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Hold on.
Well?
At the time, you said you didn't know the person who was wearing a headbag was Ibuki, right? Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw her. She was trying to hang herself? So you rushed over to the music venue to try and stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey,
Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? What if that means she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so...
you.
Hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure out that easily. Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there. What the heck? She's trying to wait all of a sudden. To the conference room? But why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking it, but did she seem a little upset? Okay. That's what I meant to press. Thank God I am.
Now then.
Finally get back to my normal self.
All right.
Hajime, help me with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win. No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling that after effects. She beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey.
Well, I'd never been sick or hurt, so I had no idea, but... hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan on wearing hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looks like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there would be more in empty rooms. There wasn't any gowns?
Yo.
Yep, that's right. The Boogie Dad wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Now hold on. What happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross. Wearing clothes someone else is even grosser. No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Pecan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta get back to him. Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but figuring on guard to do is a bad idea. It's a conference room. I don't know why she would be over here. What's this? It's pitch black. Can't see anything.
Hey.
Where's the switch? Don't turn it on. Huh? Chiaki? Are you there?
Cause
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed and be embarrassing. What's fully exposed? Hey, Haldoran. If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Wait, is that supposed to be me? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Bummer. Troll fail. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. Ah, I gotcha. Wait, no, that wouldn't make sense though, would it? That's how Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised? I don't get it.
Well,
I got it. Got what?
see?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light.
Hmm.
There's a projector in here, so they probably were careful about light shining through. See? A black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So, is something wrong with it?
Hmm.
I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she says that. But still, what was all that about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look
Nope.
in troll fail? Was one of the mess with you? Yep, she's definitely upset. Why she acts so childish? Like what? That would make sense, right? That other girl went to the motel. Supposedly it's supposed to be forever. I don't know why she would have left. Unless she got dragged. I mean, I guess it's close enough. But, I don't know, it's kind of weird. Cause yeah, what a strange man. To the motel. I just remembered I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Oh, that's right, yeah, someone else was checking them out. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. That'd be faster if I just asked someone.
So you have appeared.
You're here, right? Come on out. You talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I was trying to hide my presence in the first place. Hey, which room was Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder. How does this guy talk to his parents?
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, can you explain something to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? Yeah, it was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue, you met up with me, Kaname. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some
I
reason.
see.
We know why. So we had no choice but to break down the door and discovered Hyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey.
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the hotel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall... Naomi, right, Gundam. Now besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monomi. I see, so Kazuchi and Sonya didn't appear, huh? You think those two are suspicious? Absolutely. Well, Hyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. That might be it, but... While we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the Monitor Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikon panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what's going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island? No. We went to the movie theater, the street full of machines, to look up for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying that I don't have an ally because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikon and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hyoko and wrapped her around the pillow with duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is Hyoko was killed and we did discover her body. What? Do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry, even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you or anything, or casing you in concrete. I want to know in advance what I have done to do end up like that. Figures account. Cool. Let's go check Hyoko's room. Looks like it's locked, but key inside of Komodo. Maybe if I use this. It opened, just as I thought this key was Hyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. So Hyoko is staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted.
Oh my!
Did the door open? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in her Komodo, so I used it to open it. I see. What, did something happen? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? Explain. The moment Hyoko came to this hotel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the spread disease, so she was cautious as you guys do, right? However, her fear of the disease was not only the reason she locked herself in a room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, another reason would make her lock herself in a room.
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono? Yesterday I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in a room for quite some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but she couldn't... then she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiro is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono.
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just silly sash, but it might have been a serious issue for her. Hyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiro, that Mahiro kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not have forgiven herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiro taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
And that was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be!
Could it be? Hyoko remembered that? You saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I guess I can see that happening. Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening to you on your conversation? I never told anyone. And I do not believe anyone was listening to our conversation. Nobody knew. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyoko was going to the music venue? Something's wrong. Yeah, so... I was thinking Hyoko died first. I guess it's possible that Hyoko, the other guy, was gonna kill Ibuki, and then yeah, so the other guy was gonna kill whoever, you know, the killer was gonna kill Ibuki, but then the other girl came in and he didn't expect it, and so then she got her throat slit, and then Ibuki killed herself. Because I don't know where Ibuki would have been placed, because assuming the blood that was on everything was Hyoko's blood, you know, I don't know. Now, is there anything else in there? Bed, did you mess up? Doesn't look like she was a doctor inside. Right. a mirror, but it's so small. No way I can use this. Don't see anything that looks suspicious. There's no sign that someone made a mess of a room, and I don't think she was forcibly abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find any important clue. Oh well. And it's trial time.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome!
Yeah, fuck you.
The class
I
trial's
hate you.
gonna start,
I like you, but I hate you because you keep killing people I like.
So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
It's already time? Oh god, so this again. I need to go to that place. Again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims. In order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. Oh, fuck. We'll try. It's 5. We have time a little bit. we have a little bit of time. Everyone who heard the announcement has gathered in front of the Monokuma Rock, and soon enough.
Welcome!
Hey, everybody here. Do you guys want to go to the class trial? Hey, jerk! Hold it right there.
Monomi's such a dumb child.
What? Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister with short of a few brain cells. My brain cells work just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what'd you do with Nekomaru? I see. So you come to avenge him.
Yes!
Avenge? It sounds like he died. Sounds like, you say. Oops.
Anyway...
This Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today. Let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye!
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hold on, I won't let you escape.
Hey, hey!
Did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru's dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well...
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. Why are you so excited about that?
How about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing a poetic justice prevail.
What do you yearn?
So what are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah. You're right. So... There's no way it's him, right? I don't think. I mean, it could be these guys because they were under the drugs. Right? It's possible. Could be these two. No way it's Gundam. Or... Mikan. Or Chiaki or Fuyuhiko. So the only people else is like Soda and then the other, but he brought it up, which makes me also less confident in that. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I feel like some word was going on. Just as I thought, this particular incident. Oops. We can continue this later, right, Hajime? What's wrong with him? He's even creepier than usual.
Fine.
It's about time I showed you my serious side.
Let's make history.
Jeez, how troublesome. But I suppose I could display my true power for the sake of our two fallen comrades.
This is bad.
Hey, what did Monokuma mean just now? Don't tell me Nekomaru's already. Don't get distracted by Monokuma. We need to focus on the class trial right now. I know, but...
I'm gonna do it!
Hey, what are you whining about? Hurry and get this over with already. And then we can greet Coach Nekomaru with open arms when he comes back. I hope he's alive, man.
Jeez.
I figured this, but it's best if we don't rely on Monomi all that much. Just saying stupid things will make us even more confused. Maybe we should just shut her up for good.
Hey.
Let's go. There's no time to waste. I know it's sad, but we need to move forward. And then, we need to end this once and for all. Hiyoko, it must be my fault after all.
Well?
Then, I must learn the truth behind this murder most foul. Now then, let us proceed. Have it been helpful at all? Couldn't even forget an estimated time of death. I'm sorry, such a useless piece of trash. That's alright, Mikon, you're great. We stepped into the escalator, started towards the maw, and that's when I suddenly noticed it. Notice that our lined-up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. Yes, they're all dying. Can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, the elevator began its steep descent as usual. Nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. Oh man. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding its boundaries of the darkness, and I walked into that place. What does it look like now? Mama, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru's not here either.
Hey!
Is Nekamaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No!
Why bother?
That's...
What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin.
Yahoo!
That's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. I don't even know why Monomi's saying stuff. It's not like he's gonna be able to do anything. And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Oh man. That sucks so much. I have picked Miyota, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Yoko Sanaji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with my hero's death. The person who killed these two is among us. I definitely can't believe it. Oh, fuck. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. And that's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friends' sake. For Ibuki and Hyoko's sake. And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. I can't believe Ibuki died. That sucks. I hate it here. Oh fuck, we actually got a skill though. Fuck, from Ibuki. God damn it. Increases acceleration speed. Okay. We'll put it on. I'm sad. Fuck. At least I finished talking there, right? Is there anything to look the bright side of? Alright. Do I need to look at this? Should we look at this? I don't know, what's going on? I feel like it's kind of a weird one.
Now then, let's begin with a
I
simple
can probably skip
during
these,
the
right?
class trial. If you vote correct, I'll punish oh well, who cares?
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us,
Yeah,
aren't
probably.
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
you? You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then,
Sure.
let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease. The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage
you're
on the day the
stupid.
incident happened.
I could have stopped the bookie.
Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
So I just thought about it, right? The black curtain, because we went to the conference room for that specific reason. Am I overthinking this, or either? I don't think it's the other way around, right? Them killing them there and then bringing the body. That doesn't make any fucking sense. But they take the cart of fucking shit from the conference room into the theater.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story. And then what did you do, Hajime?
I didn't think why we would go to the conference room to check it out.
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue.
Right.
But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
I am pissed.
I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our site.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened,
is it too obvious?
We didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just
like
that.
Third trial in the first
Her
game
body
was
was
pretty damn
taped to a
easy.
pillar.
It's pretty obvious who it was from like almost frame one.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Interesting.
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Classic Nagito.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
What's that?
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
You think in another, like a normal situation where you just ignore this guy, you know, from the shit he's done in the past? And it's just as guys who just said, Nagito's the kind of guy who just confuses us and make matters worse. Damn it, I should have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now, thanks to that. Yeah, because we're just like, hey, we agree, we don't, like, ignore this guy, right? Anyway, how am I supposed to do this? I don't actually know.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
Drop a thick paper, not that.
testimony is a lie.
Could be this.
Then the fact that Ibuki hung herself.
Could
That
be
would
that.
also be a lie.
Why not that?
I don't think I can deny that possibility.
One of these two, I think.
After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
No.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
No.
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Fuck you, dude. You were literally... You told me to keep the ticket for that specific grade. You're like, oh, I'm gonna call this motherfucker out. He'll break it because I gave him the... I fucking hate you. I fucking hate
Hajime's
this guy.
testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's... Then the fact that Ibuki...
That would also...
I don't think I can... After all...
Why would Hajime...
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
Oh, fuck.
No, that's wrong.
I fucking hate you, dude. Fucking hate this guy so much. And make sure you keep the ticket, by the way.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Yeah, I fucking hate you.
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie.
Why would you
His
call it out?
invitation ticket is
Fucking
proof
hate
of
this
that.
guy, dude.
Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murder. Did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it was
Yeah,
not
we
like this
should have started
anyway.
ignoring that guy, you know?
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it. Ibuki committed suicide.
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the
I
problem
mean,
with
she
this
has the
case
fucking
is.
liar disease. Or gullible disease, my bad.
The killer murdered Hiyoko while
I
Hajime
feel like I
was
told her to
gone.
commit suicide, but...
So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have
What
been
did you say,
gone
like
for
10
more
minutes?
than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been
Yeah.
able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two, Sonia and
See, like, the
Kazuichi.
fact that we're bringing this up so early makes it so weird, right?
Me too?
What the hell? Why is it
But
gonna
I
be
don't
us?
know who else it would be, though. Well, besides maybe the
The
disease
others
ones.
all have alibis.
And I guess you, but I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be you.
Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together.
That's true.
Brenda met up with Hajime at the
That's the
motel
thing, yeah,
right
because we
before
would have
that.
locked it, right?
And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital,
I don't think Goop is
the only
supposed to
person
be, though.
that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
I
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like, huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
Sure.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
Killer was inside the music venue. Hiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? Yeah, I'm confused. Like, I don't know. Is it really it? Tell me, game. I'm an idiot. Hotel room key. Step ladder. Probably something to do with the glob because I don't know what that glob is supposed to do.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside,
Sure.
they tried to keep us from getting in.
Well, locking.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
Sure.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock
Yeah.
was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
Yes.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Did everything? Am I trying to contradict something? Or not agree? Because agree was a lock, yes.
The killer was still inside the music
But it
venue.
does say was a lock right there.
By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting
It might
in.
be grab that.
It seems they were trying to
agree?
stall for time.
How did they lock the door?
Let's try
The door
that.
should not have.
The lock was on the floor.
Are you talking about the broke?
You can use that
That's
as a
it, right? It's
doing
the broken
that.
dust stick, yes.
Waited till we get, and suddenly it.
So they look
I
like
agree.
I have seen this in serial
But we also
crime
have the glob.
dramas.
Which is why I'm like, glob is also on door, but I
The
don't know if the
killer
glob
was
is
still
meant to
inside the
do.
music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us.
It seems they were trying to stall.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock
I
was
assume
on the
it's that,
floor in
right?
front of the door.
Am I
Talking
stupid?
about the broken drumstick?
Okay, I am pissed. Yes, it was.
Crap!
I don't get.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside,
He did say contradict.
they tried to
but,
keep
like,
us from getting in.
What are we contradicting?
It seems they were
Yeah.
trying to stall for time.
It's not that. It's
How
not
did they
that.
lock the
It's
door?
not the rotunda. The only thing I think of is the
That door should not have had
say
a
my team's
lock.
favorite glob.
The lock was on the floor
Maybe it's
in
both.
front of the door.
Maybe I shoot this with the
Are
thing.
you talking about the broken drumstick?
Oh, you? Okay, no, kind of. But still didn't count, so whatever. I'm pissed.
The killer was still inside the music venue.
So
By
what am
locking
I
the door from, they tried
shooting
to
at?
keep us from
On
getting
the
in.
inside.
It seems they were trying to
Yes.
stall for time.
Probably trying to stall for time.
How did
and
they
I'm
lock the
contradicting
door?
that.
That door should not have.
The lock was on the floor and
Are you talking about the broken drum?
Broken
you can use that
drumstick,
as a
right.
bolt. By doing that, the killer who was hiding in waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they looked like they had just.
I have seen this in serial crime
Dang, so all
dramas.
we have is Gundam and the other dude. Question remark contradicts the truth. I should be able to prove it with my evidence. Who though? And what evidence?
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
There's only two
How
it
did
could
they
be.
lock the
There's one of those
door?
two. But
That
what
door should not have
do
had
I
a lock.
shoot them with? Because we
The
can't
lock
take
was on the
in
floor in front of the door.
broken drumstick, can we?
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
That's not a thing we can do? Yeah. If I remember.
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door.
Do we? I mean, the
By
only
doing
thing on the
that, the
door
killer
was
who
a
was hiding
semi-controller glob,
inside
so I would imagine
Waited
we're
till we got
shooting.
and suddenly
So they look like.
I
Do we
have
just
seen
shoot
this in
for
serial
Eagles
crime
thing?
dramas.
I just start shooting for you thing, I guess. I don't know.
the killer was still inside the music venue.
Sure.
By locking the door from the inside,
No, that's wrong.
I mean, isn't that locked up from the inside? Am I
Hold on a
overthinking
sec.
it?
There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
Oh.
Outside.
Am I dumb?
There was a semi-transparent glob
Right.
stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
So what's the broken drumstick
semi-transparent
for?
glob.
Then?
Like
why was it there?
rubber, maybe?
I guess it's possible that he told Ibuki to put the drumstick down to lock the door, and then told her to kill herself afterwards. I suppose that's possible, but then you have the well, I don't know. Wasn't rubber at all. Semi-transparent glob was probably. Well, I don't know, man. Gummy? We actually going back to gummy bears? I don't know. I don't remember glue anywhere, being honest with you. It wasn't rubber at all. It was rubber. I don't know. I was
I
like
see.
glue. Yeah. I mean, what else? What would it be gummy? That wouldn't make sense.
Semi-transparent glob. Must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth.
Yeah, I guess that makes
Based on
sense.
all
Workshop
that,
chemicals gummy.
I'm
I
certain
kind of
it
forgot
was
about that. She
glue.
said that, to be honest with you. Regardless.
I didn't know
it makes sense that
glue
it'd be
was
gummy.
edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly.
But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know?
I suppose it's possible it could be Fuyuhiko, because they split up, right? Did Fuyuhiko kill after being redeemed though? That would fucking suck.
That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious.
Sure,
Sure. It makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia and me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame.
Sure.
That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Right.
Even quick work has limits.
Sure.
Aww, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
That's very true,
And when you
yes.
went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But
Yep.
it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed early.
Yeah.
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too.
Yep.
Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
That scrap that was stuck at the bottom of the baton lighting the music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. What are we doing? We're doing the stupid shit. WALLPAPER. Wallpaper? I think wallpaper. It better be wallpaper. Is it wallpaper? I don't know, man. Fuck. Here's a wall. No, please! Oh, fuck. How you press the button? Okay, there it is. Found it. Oh, it's... Fuck. It's fine. Fine. You need another L. No, stay away from that! Wall... Paper... No, yay. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Alright, it's fine. Everything's fine. He... Shit... Almost perfect.
I got it!
Is it possible not to lose life during that? I don't know.
That scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. Indeed.
If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearance?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper,
This guy.
you can figure this out easily.
Stop patronizing me. Alright, the scrap of paper stuck to the baton lighting is part of that wallpaper I found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body? If I trace it back from there, the answer should become clear. Alright, let's give this a try. What are we doing? Which one's logic dive? Oh, this fucking weird shit. right. That's fine, we can do this. Oh, there's brake? How do I go faster? There you go. God, I didn't even know there's a fucking jump button. I'm so good at this. Question 1. Funny people can suddenly appear at the crime scene. I'm gonna go hidden. Final answer. Would it be hidden? Is it possible? I feel like we'd see it though if it was hidden. Okay, we're right. Cool. Good. 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 Wasn't doubting myself at all. Jesus. Wonder how hard this is gonna get. Let's get the later trials. Going question 2. What did the killer use to hide her body? Curtain? Final answer. Where's the wallpaper? We were just talking about wallpaper, so I guess it makes more sense that it might be wallpaper. Fuck. Hey, don't worry about it. Alright, wallpaper. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't know how you would hide behind wallpaper. Like, I feel like we'd notice a bulge. Unless it was like... Well, I was assuming the same place. I don't know, maybe... Adrenaline overall, you just kind of... I mean, we looked at it, though. I feel like it'd be noticeable. Hey, maybe that's just me. Nice. Alright, how did the killer inside or hide the body in the wall to cover the pillar? If I had to guess, they covered a pillar because, I mean, it was on the pillar. I don't know what it means, they formed a wall. Yeah. Easy, didn't fuck up once.
It's all coming together.
Complete.
I got it. Kyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But
right?
It would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by
That's pretty
wrapping
crazy
the wallpaper
though, right?
around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar.
I guess I can get behind that then. It's kind of weird though, like where do you even...
So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Kyoko's body was already there.
How would it even stick like that though? Like what are you putting it on, you know?
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Is that actually... Could I have picked that up? I wonder. Because I didn't notice it. I would imagine it was actually like that. That's actually kind of cool.
I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the
Right.
ceiling to hang
That's
the
true.
wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Okay, so it's like wrapping it around that thing.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry.
Which one of you fucks did it?
Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal, you said.
When was Hyoko actually killed?
Before
point.
Ibuki, that's for sure.
And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
Right?
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But
I do like her
is
theme a lot
that?
though. That sounds good.
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without
Your name wasn't even Monami
You're
before.
pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know,
Yeah, that's
the
weird. That's
reason
what
the
I'm
killer
thinking.
chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated his victims in that movie, I should be able to explain that now. I guess to mix up the killing order, right?
I see!
The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then, Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A
Yep.
valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed.
Yeah.
That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
Poor choice.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just going to talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Buki's status when Hiyoko was killed. Good blood on her. Let's wait. No, wait, wait. Yeah, found it. This one actually, yeah.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
Yes, indeed.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Yes.
I agree with that. Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood!
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power
God,
of the
dude, please,
evil eye.
Please. Please, no. Please.
Is that
God,
it?
dude,
A
again.
shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line. But are you sure you're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so
a weird guy.
frightened you
I
can't
love him.
even make a sound.
Even though he's annoying.
It seems you
Alright.
realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Rebuttal showdown. Rope used for hanging. Grab a kick clipper. Mudge in the floor. Mudge in the floor.
You're saying
Right.
the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko?
Fuck.
Ha! Impossible!
Forgot to cut.
Try
That's
to
my bad.
remember the crime scene. There was no... You can't step on blood that was never there.
Wait, was I supposed to shoot that?
Just about did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet. Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there.
I think I'm about to shoot that.
Did you see a nice nightmare?
I have to shoot that, right? Yeah, I'm trying to get to the other one because every time it's been like, you gotta go second wave and then you shoot something.
Try to remember
I think it's the blade.
There was no blood on the floor.
Allow me to cut through those words.
That makes sense. I should shot it the first time because that's so obvious.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right?
Probably.
Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Man. I wish she
Hyoko's
died.
body was probably wrapped
That's
in
so
duct
sad.
tape to stop her bleeding.
I can't believe they slit her throat. That's so fucked up.
Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that. None of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikan's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Which is lame, by the way.
Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears
Sounds
that
good.
it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just
What
shut
do
up
you say,
and
buddy?
back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Suicide?
The same as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Do you think it's
Nagito,
possible
what do you mean?
that
If the victim
Ibuki
actually
killed
committed suicide.
Hyoko and then killed herself because she was told to kill Hyoko and then herself?
Well,
What would
I
you
mean,
get out of
I
that? It wouldn't make any
understand Hyoko's
sense.
death,
You know?
but I'm wondering if
At that
Ibuki
point,
was
being
really
affected
murdered.
would that not mean the other person was? I don't know.
For example,
It's a little weird.
it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed
Causes the
suicide
disease
due
shit.
to a
It makes
guilty
it weird.
conscience, right?
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until
Really?
Hajime left,
I feel like
that's
you're
when
saying
she
dumb
could
shit.
have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself. Remember? There's
Yeah.
no fucking way she could have
So
faked that.
you look at man's eyes, fuck.
If she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Yeah, it did cut out, right?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps.
You guys
they
do you guys
used
forget about the
hypnotism
disease or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence!
Well, it's definitely not Mikon. Maybe Hiko, I guess it could have been, because we didn't see him in the morning, to be fair. Oh, where's all this shit?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
During,
Aside from those afflicted by the
well,
disease,
agreeing, but...
if nobody has an alibi then... Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
The murder supposedly happened before and during the morning announcement. Person who doesn't have an alibi all the time.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Yeah,
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
This?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
Well, we're not agreeing with that,
That's
are we?
not an alibi.
I'm actually confused. I'm confusing
Aside
myself
from
right
those
now.
afflicted by the disease,
Because
if
that would make
nobody
sense.
has an alibi then...
Unless we're supposed to...
Operation Destroy the
Nobody
Weakest
has an
Alibi has
alibi.
failed!
Do we want to take... Were we trying to remember a
We
thing?
can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
Because we can't contradict
So everyone
that, right?
who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
And we can't
What about
really
you guys?
contradict the other guy.
I was where I was supposed to be, my
Yeah.
own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi then...
Maybe we're
Operation
trying
Destroy the
to
Weakest
shoot
Alibi
her
has
thing
failed!
with one of these accounts. If nobody has an alibi. Well, Nikon has an alibi. He's the only one who has an alibi, I
We can
guess,
exclude
technically.
the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And
I don't know
what
if that's
about
it,
the
though, because we're
others?
trying to find...
Right before the morning announcement, I was
Who doesn't
totally
have an
sleeping
alibi,
in my
right?
motel
But
room.
we can't pull anything from
Everyone
this,
at
I
the
don't
motel
think.
was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the
Because
motel
we don't
doesn't
know.
have an
We don't know
alibi.
where he
What about
was.
you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be.
Yeah, I think we
That's
just shoot
not an alibi.
with Nikon.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi then...
Yeah, that's
No, that's wrong!
he's one of the only people that have an alibi.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikon and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikon and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey,
What kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we
Yes,
think about
indeed,
it like that.
indeed.
The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was?
What are you trying to say now, you know?
Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Killer has a different reason. If that's the case, you're still in the killer's trap? Is that a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? And what kind of trap is it? See, I don't think it's a fucking animation, isn't it? Oh, you son of a bitch. God damn it. Do we stop here?
Hiya!
Oh, why hello there, I'm on me. The Moss Balls for location today.
Stop it!
Don't characterize me as someone who lives off Moss Balls. And here's some chance time. What's that? Now then, my name's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is going to give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show the jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. While you were whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be a merchandise opportunity heading your way. Then... I'm Usami, magical miracle Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez. I thought about a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever. I will save. I also might stop here. I should probably stop here. Although I don't want to. But I should probably get stuff done. Yeah, I'll probably get stuff done. Shit. Alright, we'll fucking stop here. Jeez.
I'm Monami. Once again, I've been put in such an unreasonable situation.
Do we listen to this first? Oh, listen to this first.
Seriously, he's like the king of unreasonableness. Why did it turn out like this?
I don't
We
know.
were supposed to have a fun, friendly school trip, but it turned out all bloody instead.
It sure did.
No,
And I'm
this
sad.
definitely cannot be allowed. That's why I want you to remember this.
What's that?
Everyone, do your very best. Don't lose to yourself. And don't forget to save frequently.
Okay. Alright. Okay, we'll do that. Thank you for not talking, I appreciate it. Ah, fuck. Okay. Next time we'll... But I don't know, I'm saving it again. You know, it's important. I save. Alright. Finish it later.